And guess what? Not just you, me too, glory be to God. I'm going to worship. Let me just say this really quick. What's our time? What time is it? So I got a little bit of time. So we're in early today. That's fine. I come out of what some people would classify as, I come out of an apostolic holiness church background. And so I come from a long line of preachers, godly men. Okay, men that loved God, that were serious about God. I'll use your phone, Chelsea, actually, if you can find a timer on there. And now, although my great-grandfather founded a church denomination, my grandfather has overseen it for the last 50 years, something of that nature, and father and whole family in it. And these were good, godly men and integrous men. But when it came to living by faith, it was something that the circles that I grew up in has never heard about. They've heard sort of what people have heard in general, bits and pieces. You know, it's where you scroll through the television preachers and you just land on about 30 seconds of what the television preacher has to say, and you could have had a response like me. One day I went past my father in the faith, and when I saw him on TV, I said to myself, this must be the craziest scam cowboy preacher I've ever seen in my entire life. How in the world people could fall for something like this or believe this absolute foolishness is beyond me, is what I said. And I just heard literally 10 seconds of what he had to say. Well, speeding forward, that crazy cowboy, the things that man has taught me over the years has revolutionized my life. I mean, I'm able to tell people with confidence that God is a healer in part from God using this man. Yeah. And before I could ever tell you that God is a healer, I needed to see the word work in my own life. And glory be to God, that word is working for me. Have mercy. I'm telling you what, that's enough to make me run. It's not just a Sunday morning show. The word will work when you finally find out how to work it. So I encourage you, if you've been in church for a long time, you need to hear this. If you've been in church for a long time, regular church programs you. Don't be scared, I'm telling you. Let me use a more orthodox word here. Indoctrinates you. In other words, regular church is really good at showing you how to not believe for the impossible. And you weren't put here to live without believing God for the impossible. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, we're going to do that concerning our giving. I want everyone to stand. Thank God for our online audience joining us today. We thank God for you. You are precious to us. You are in our heart. We know some of you end up in here by way of having followed us online, and we're grateful for you. We are aware of your support, your giving, your prayers, and it matters. And we love you. And personally, I pray for you as I do this church on a daily, consistent basis. And we thank God for you. Now, we're going to worship the Lord concerning our giving. Those of us in here have already given. Those of you online, if you are interested in giving, then you can log on to awofc.org/give and find a variety of options to give there. Now, we're going to go before the Lord and we're going to pray. In the Old Testament, God told the Jews when they tithed, coming out of a place of bondage, going into the promised land. He told them in the wilderness, he said, when you go into the promised land, you need to bring your tithe and your offering, your gift or your seed to the high priest. That's what he told them. Take it to the high priest. Who's the high priest? He's the go-between between God and man at that time. And take it to him, and when you give it to him, say something. He told them what to say. Now I'm telling you, I've been around church people that have tithed since before they came out the womb, glory be to God, and ain't got nothing back, glory be to God. Tithe every single paycheck and the rent is still not paid. Tithe every single paycheck and the marriage still has not changed. I'm telling you what, you've got to do what the word says do to get word results. Do you believe that?
Yes.
So Jesus is the high priest, according to Hebrews, of our profession under the new covenant, meaning confession. That means he is the one that is supposed to